Computer boot sequence initiated. Accessing library computer data. NCC 10535. Starship Tempest.
Space. The final frontier. These are the missions of the Starship Tempest. Set between Captains Kirk and Picard, 5 friends stumble their way through their first role-playing game as the crew of this Federation starship, exploring strange new worlds, keeping peace in the galaxy, defending their keyboards from kids and cats, and going clumsily, if not boldly, where no one has gone before. Captain's Log Supplemental. Progress has been slow down here planetside, but I have successfully put together Holden's Cactus Taser Cannon and fired it, though it hasn't yet delivered a decisive blow to my Gorn friend. But because this day wasn't going poorly enough, the Tempest is now under attack by Gorn forces in orbit. I just have to hope that Captain Prycor is holding things together.
Alright, so I would say we lost a couple power. We're still okay on power at the moment. But we could either regenerate some shields, regenerate some power. We could do the maneuver back into close range if we wanted to do that as well.
We could scan them.
Or we could scan them.
Though I don't know what that would get us right now.
Would hailing take an action, Brian?
Yes. Yes, it would.
Okay. Or we could basically say, like, hey...
Surrender?
Yeah, please. So it's up to you, Pricker.
Let's give him a chance to surrender to us.
Alright.
Okay. Hailing
Make your plea.
Is difficulty 0, so you don't have to roll, but you can roll if you want to try for that momentum.
You don't have to roll.
Yeah, might as well.
You don't have to roll, but
7.
you can't fall down.
In space, no one can hear you fall down on your face.
Alright, so so what are we rolling for this then, Brian?
Control and engineering. Assisted by communications and engineering.
Alright, so Pricker, do you want to do control and engineering?
I can. I'm not bad at that, I think. I don't know.
Alright, I'm going to do the ship then, so.
Okay.
The ship has 1 success.
Okay, really that's all you need to do.
Oh, jeez.
I have none.
Good.
But
Good job,
I'm pretty
ship.
good at this, guys. Watch this.
What's this?
Alright. So you open hailing frequencies, and do you want to say anything specifically in terms of your surrender?
Make your most intimidating plea, Pricker.
Unidentified Gorn ship. What the hell, guys? Like, seriously, what the hell?
Just let me think what I'm going to tell him. We'll do unidentified Gorn ship. Please, what the hell, stop your attack? What is another word for that?
Cease.
Stand down.
Cease?
Halt.
Cease. Please stand down. There it is. Unidentified Gorn ship, please stand down, or you will be destroyed.
Okay. There is still no response.
Blow them up.
All right.
All right.
So,
We get to destroy them.
Okay, so now it goes to the Raider, and the Raider is going to perform the ramming speed task.
oh my.
The little bastard.
Little.
I made that joke like an hour ago, guys. Come on.
I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I take it back. Travis is funnier than me.
Well, technically, that's true.
One of my favorite lines from Goodspeed earlier in the show was, technically, Brian is not funny.
It was a good line by TJ.
Okay, so I'm going to spend 3 threats to roll 2 extra dice.
God.
So that's
3 threat.
Let him do it.
He's had a rough day.
It's good for us.
Aw.
4 plus 1 with the ship. So I'm going to roll.
He's going to save fire torpedoes, but he's going to decompress the shuttle bay by accident.
Oh.
Wow, out of all of that, I just barely made it. Okay, so, but it does exceed, right? Because that's difficulty 2? Yes. So it succeeds, so it turns around, makes a beeline, and lines itself up for the Gorn battleship, and rams into it.
Gorn battleship.
Yeah.
For the
Oh,
Gorn
shit.
Whoa,
ship?
what an amazing twist, everybody!
What is it doing?
What a twist!
What?
What a twist! So it rammed something, but it did not ram the Tempest. It rammed the Gorn battleship.
Is somebody in there crazy?
Oh my.
Is it homeless Riker?
Homeless right.
What I love about that moment is that, like, if you actually look behind him, the bridge is still perfectly pristine and
Yeah.
lit.
But he is in rough shape.
Yeah,
But he
yeah.
is just
He is
wrecked.
not okay.
All right.
Really, the only thing that happened in that alternative timeline is the barber got killed.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
The one blue guy.
Yeah.
Mop
So-
the barber?
All right. So
Yeah.
it rams the
So
Gorn
he,
ship.
so he rolls 5 damage dice altogether.
He rolls 5 damage dice.
Number of chevron damage equal to 2 plus the ramming ship scale. So 5, which is what I have it set to. Did that work?
Yep,
It did work.
Okay.
2 with 2 effect, if that matters.
Yeah, there is no way that literally does not even scratch the paint of the Gorn battleship.
Oh, it was a good try, Gorn Raider.
Yeah, the Gorn battleship doesn't flinch, doesn't do anything. Just sits there.
All right.
Can we hail the Gorn battleship and be like, what the hell?
Yeah, also,
It is.
can we hail them and
it
be
is
like,
against the
hey, is
rules.
anybody home? Like,
Yeah, we
what's
can't-
going on
We
over there?
cannot talk to them.
Oh, we're not allowed
That's against the rules to talk to them?
Yeah, it did say that.
Oh, well let's not do that.
So at this point,
Yeah.
so that's like their only turn this round, then, right? Because they have three breaches.
Yeah, they only had one turn and they used it to blow themselves up.
Oh, they blew up. You didn't say that. You just said that
You
they
didn't
rammed
say
up.
No,
that.
they're gone.
You said they don't scratch
oh.
the paint. You didn't say they blew up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well,
They didn't
I
scratch-
assumed they
they didn't-
smashed themselves against the side of
Yeah,
a gigantic ship.
the idea is that they
They
rammed.
didn't scratch their paint with their faces.
Yeah.
I thought it went thunk and then they just
Yeah.
fell away.
and just bounced off.
It's like if you tried to scratch the paint of a tank with your face, you probably wouldn't.
Yeah, so it's gone. It's done.
All right. So ship combat is done then.
Yeah. So why don't we?
Can we scan the wreckage?
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out like what the hell that
What
was.
the hell just happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, are we just done now? Like,
I don't know. You can do a scan if you want.
Yes.
And maybe it'll tell you something, and maybe it won't.
Holden is going to do a scan of the wreckage to see if there's any clues.
Okay.
What am I rolling?
Science and controls and sensors and science.
I get sensors and science.
Difficulty 1.
I get the ship.
Yeah.
All right.
They did it.
Okay.
The ship did it for Holden.
The ship is or was a normal Gorn ship. There doesn't really tell you anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Great.
There's no like
Could
make you crazy sickness that emanates out of the wreckage or anything
were
like
they
that.
were they were
It's
they
just
Gorn
wreckage.
on the ship? Is my question.
Oh, yeah, they were Gorn.
Okay.
Yep.
Is
All
there
right.
like a Star Trek black box on this ship that we can salvage?
It's Gorn, so it's probably a green box.
Yes. Green box.
I'm gonna say no because if there is, it's right next to the battleship, and they're gonna pick it up before you guys can.
Okay.
So,
Fair enough.
Okay. Now back
Um,
down to the surface.
Yeah. Let's go back to the surface.
And I complete a barrel roll, and I ask for a status report on the Tempest.
Captain, we're good.
Everything's fine up here now.
Nothing to see
Okay.
here. Everything's fine here. How are you?
Okay. Did you get my request?
Yeah.
The shirts are waiting here.
They're in the transporter queue. We're ready to go. All right. So I am. Brian.
We are full on momentum now, as well.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Nice job, guys. Thank you very, very much. I am going to fire on our friend, Mr. Gorn.
Okay. With your cactus
Gorn.
cannon.
Yes, with my cactus. with my
Mr. Gorn.
Mr. Gorn. Okay. Well, like I said, since this is your second shot with the same weapon, it's now going to be a 50-50 situation. And it doesn't look like this has 50-50 on it.
You can roll a d2.
How do I do that? Is it an advanced dice roller?
Oh no, I guess you can only just do. Oh, you can roll a d4 and divide it by 2.
Yeah. Okay. So if it's a 1 or a 2, it fires.
Or
if it's
yeah, exactly.
3 or 4, it doesn't fire.
All right, so tell me what I got to do.
So go to the dice roller in the left side, and the squares on the left side of the screen, where the dice is.
Yep.
Click where it says D4, and that'll do a roll.
All right, so I pick up a D4 and I roll and I get a 4.
Okay, so 1 or 2 it would have fired. 3 or 4 it did not fire, so it doesn't fire. And the Gorn advances.
Okay, I'm going
to... Do you remember how many turns you had from before? I accidentally went to a different page.
I think I had, I want to say either 3 or 4.
I think it was 3.
I think it was 3 as well.
We'll go with
down
3.
to 2.
And now if I do it again, it's going to be a 33% chance.
Correct.
What? Why would it be lower?
Because every time we fire, its effectiveness is reduced.
But you didn't fire it. It didn't fire.
Well, it did. It just misfired.
Oh, okay. So every try reduces the lightning.
Every attempt.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
every try reduces the chance that it will succeed.
Gotcha. I thought you meant every time it actually fired, it did that.
So
Seems like it would be better to just make a new one now.
All right, yeah, because it's not going to be an extended task this time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I pick up, so I fire the cactus cannon. It doesn't work, so I just pick it up and I throw it at the Gorn.
Okay, that is going to be a task. The throw.
Okay, I slam it in a hissy fit instead.
You slam it in disgust on the ground.
On the ground, and then I turn around and I run to the nearest other cannon tree.
Okay.
I pick a new cannon.
the nearest new cannon tree is actually farther up towards one of the promontories of rock formations. So you actually have to climb a little bit of a way up towards this peak to get to the nearest cactus. And as this is all happening, the lightning storm is getting very intense at this point.
Sure. Great. Awesome. That'll be fun to design. Okay, so what do I got to do?
We said what the task was before. What did we say it was?
It was a difficulty 1 before when I was climbing out of after I face planted into a wall. I don't know if it's the same difficulty.
I don't think it wouldn't be a difficulty 1.
Well, it was earlier.
Climbing over the. Oh, are you talking about climbing? You're talking about getting to the cactus tree, not actually making the new thing.
No, yeah, I'm talking about just covering the distance to get to the nearest cactus.
Oh, yeah. So difficulty 1, control, and fitness.
Those are both attributes.
Yes, yes, they are. Control and security.
Control
and
security.
You're full of momentum.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll because I have faith, and I got it.
Right. There you go.
You also only rolled 1 die.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't need any more than that.
Fair.
But let me roll
right.
2 to see if we can get momentum.
I was gonna say just roll another one.
Roll one.
You're full up. So yeah.
Oh, we are. Okay. Well, fuck it. Now we have extra momentum. So with my extra momentum, I turn around and I moon the Gorn before I start running.
Just Captain Naked.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, now you're fairly like maybe a third to halfway up this promontory peak. You're next to this cactus cannon. The lightning storm is actually starting to hit fairly close around you, and including towards the top of this promontory peak. You successfully ran, and that was a turn, so that took you down to 1 turn. So now you're up to 3, right?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Yeah. Okay. So the Gorn is still closing the distance. He's climbing over the rocks a little more agilely than you would have expected a Gorn to be capable of.
He's a lizard.
But he's still pretty slow.
He's also damaged in his leg.
That's
true.
Let's back it up a second.
Yeah.
My first turn, I tried to shoot the cactus.
Right.
I had 3 turns.
Right.
My second turn, I ran. So I still have another turn,
Oh.
right?
Yeah. Okay.
Am I right?
So yes, go ahead.
So I'm still going up. Is the question?
No, you're at the cactus now. I thought.
Yeah, you're at the cactus, but you're a fair ways up this promontory peak now.
Okay. So my task is to build my new cannon. Right?
Correct.
All right. And what am I doing now? What's the?
So the task you mean?
Correct.
Control and engineering, difficulty 3.
Shit. Can it be science? All right. Control and engineering, difficulty 3. Yikes. All right. I'm going to obviously spend at least 1 momentum, but I'm going to spend 3 so I can get 4 dice.
Okay.
Does that all make sense?
Yep. Do you have any
Okay,
talents or
here we go.
focuses you can use?
For this moment,
Yeah.
I have composure. That actually could probably help as a focus.
Yeah, I would actually give you
Yeah.
that, given the environment around you.
Holy shit. Well, 2 successes.
Woof.
2 successes?
Well, because my 1 was doubled. But I only...
Oh, no. The code of Roll20 takes care of it.
Oh,
But-
geez.
Yeah.
But then, wouldn't it be a 2 then?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it would be.
Wouldn't it
Are
be?
you sure focuses is clicked? Yes?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it should have taken it into account.
You want me to try it again,
but-
just as an experiment, to see what happens?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh,
I mean,
you know
if
what?
the-
My complication range is 2. Should it be 1?
Oh, yeah,
yes.
it should be.
Yeah, the reason it was a higher complication because of something you did earlier.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's why I effed up. Here we go. That's better.
All right. Yeah, that's much better.
3 successes
Okay.
and a complication, but
Yeah.
A threat for
do you
later.
want threat or a complication?
threat.
Okay.
You used a bunch of threat earlier. So.
Yeah.
I used a bunch of threat to attack, not even you guys. So you're welcome. Okay.
We would have done it fine.
Okay, so that was your 1 turn left. So you've managed to put the thing together, but it takes a bit of time, and the Gorn captain is able to cross quite a bit of time in that regard. So he is now below you still, but a fair way up the promontory himself. And now you have 2 turns. No, 1 turn. Before he actually gets into melee range.
Ah!
All right. So he's within firing range of my cactus, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So-
And how many momentum do we have right now?
5.
We have 5 momentum. All right. So, and if I wanted to roll 4 dice, I could spend 3. So if I could roll all 5 dice, right?
No, you're 1 short.
I'm
to
1
do
short.
that.
All right. So
Do we preemptively beam him down the med kit, or
Well, I was like,
what? Yeah,
you
go
have,
ahead. Hold.
You have one maneuver left, right?
Correct.
Normally you would use the one to run away, correct?
Normally, right, but the storm is getting worse, and it's the end of the episode.
Yeah, no. I get that. So yeah, I'm trying to think of like, so the cactus fires. Just give me 1 second. Like, just pause for a second, so I can think for a minute. I'm gonna try and BS some techno
I
babble.
just need a
Hold on.
minute to think.
I need a minute to think, Captain.
Give Holden a minute to think on the Tempest.
oh god.
Maddox holds up his finger to the Gorn as if to say, just give it a second.
So hold on.
And the Gorn goes,
Hey,
"Arr."
hey.
And the Gordon's like, oh no, that's fine. He
fine.
just sits down and crosses his legs and waits.
Hey,
not
does
helping.
does it cost anything to run straight at him screaming?
So I'm trying to think of a way to, if anybody else can technobabble this, I'm trying to think of a way to make it easier to hit him with the cannon. So my thought is like we could, because we can still transport something down. So like I was like, what if we transport down something metal like to the Gorn, not to Captain Maddox?
Yeah.
And so like basically we
100%.
we transport a like
Yeah.
a like a
But it's my turn though. That's
A
the
thin
that's
metal
the problem.
rod.
Yeah, what if the lightning rod goes
Yeah.
to the Gorn?
yeah, like would we be able to inject that into the thing that's going on?
Are you
Brian?
asking if we could stick a pole up his ass?
No, if that's what you want.
Well, Brian,
Would that be against
Yeah, like-
the rules?
No, it's not against the rules. As long as it's not a weapon itself.
Yeah, my idea was like we can
Also notice that the rules specifically stipulate that you can only beam something down to your captain once.
We've talked about the lightning rod before, and we go back to the idea of the taser grenade. So we beam down a lightning rod that he adds to the cactus thing. So now he just tosses the cactus down off of the ledge, and so when it discharges near him, it actually takes a lightning bolt from the storm, and it does like a massive lightning bolt attack.
It's like a cactus summoning grenade,
Yeah.
where it summons lightning from the clouds.
Would that be awesome and something we can do, Brian?
I would allow beaming down a lightning rod. Yes.
That's
All right. Will all the rest happen too?
is all the rest. I'm not saying like will it happen for sure. Like, is this something we could roll and that's a possibility? Is my question.
Yes.
So we could try that.
Yes. I don't know what the difficulty level would be.
Well, right. So right now it's gonna take correct me if I'm wrong, Brian, but it's gonna take one direct shot with this cactus gun to incapacitate the Gorn.
Correct.
Oh,
and for me to
I
win.
didn't know that. All right.
Right.
I thought we still didn't
Yeah.
know
Oh.
how much damage needed to be
No.
done.
So we have one more, and it's got a 100% chance of hitting him when I do it right. Correct, Brian?
Oh.
100% chance of hitting him? No.
Yeah, because before it was down to 50% on our
Well,
second
no,
shot.
No, it's a
It's
100%
a
chance of firing.
Oh,
Firing, not hitting him.
You're still gonna have to roll to hit him.
right. Okay. Well, I still think. What's the roll going to be to hit him?
Control and security.
I got a 14 on that and a whole bunch of momentum to spend. So
Captain Maddox, this is Holden.
go ahead, Holden. As I'm like kicking at the Gorn's hands, who is trying to grab my feet. Go ahead, Holden.
Captain, I think I may have an idea of how to focus the taser, which might make it easier to hit the Gorn.
While we're having this conversation, the Gorn is he grabs
I'm trying to
my
help.
my pant leg. No, I know.
Actually, no. What happens is this: he's still making his way up, and below him you can see the wyvern, the giant tremors worm creature.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Up here, slither out of somewhere, and it's now kind of at the base of the promontory below him. At that point, the Gorn stops advancing on you and stands there. Doesn't advance any further.
Does it look at the worm thing? Does it move?
Yeah, I mean, it looks at, yeah.
Okay, well, so while I was scuttling up the hill, the Gorn was just barely in arm's reach and grabbed like the cuff of my pant leg while Holden and I were trying to have a conversation, and as an escape measure, I tore off my pants. So.
Jesus,
and you
Maddox.
say, "I have had enough of you."
All right, so
So have your conversation.
we just did.
So my idea is like we beam down the lightning rod, which he attaches to the cactus cannon, and that allows him to focus the energy more with more precision. So it would be an easier shot for him. So it would lower the difficulty of his roll to hit what he's aiming at. Is that something that you will allow us to do, Brian?
I'm actually gonna say no, because lightning is just shitty as a directional weapon. I don't think adding a lightning rod would actually change that fact all that much.
What if it's an optical change, so it turns it into a laser?
I don't think that's a thing.
Okay,
That's fine. It was worth a try.
well,
Never mind, Captain.
Maddox out as I stand there in my combat boots and
And regulation underwear.
Regulation tidy whities, a little
Regulation.
skid mark in the back.
right, they're tidy whities, but they do have the Starfleet chevron on them.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
They should.
And then,
All right.
and so I take aim at the Gorn with my new cactus weapon. I am going to spend 3 momentum to give myself 4 dice. I'm going to charge control and security. Is that what it was, Brian?
Yes.
Control and security, and I am going to. I already implemented my focus, but I can do that again, can't I? A focus can be used.
Yeah, you can always use a focus.
So the lightning is shooting around me. I'm going to apply my focus, so that's going to be yes, because I'm very composed at the moment, despite it. The storm's getting worse. The sound is getting loud, and there's explosions and lightning and thunder all around me. And I look at the Gorn and I say, "Perhaps today is a good day to fry."
Oh, my
And I
God.
roll 4 successes.
Oh, my God.
Okay. So that's 2 momentum back. Now go ahead and roll damage. Still have to roll damage.
3 damage.
3. Okay. So it's not more than 5. He has a point of resistance. So it's 2 damage. And he still has 4 points of stress left.
He does? I thought he was near death after the last one.
Well, what I have here is he has 3, 6, 7 stress points from the earlier.
So the
attack.
statement earlier that you made about as long as we hit him, he'll go down was not accurate.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm getting from this conversation?
Maybe, but I promise it's a genuine mistake on my part.
Okay.
I wasted my good day to fry line.
Oh, my God. I can't with you.
Remember a dinner with the pizza and I laughed randomly and you said what? And I said nothing? That was it.
I also feel like this is the time to tell everyone he dripped pizza sauce all down his shirt and said, "Oh, I just Maddoxed all over myself."
That's true too.
That's funny.
Okay. Yeah, I think, I'm sorry guys, I think I told you the wrong thing.
Well, by the
shit.
rules of all RPGs, that means we win. So,
Yeah. Pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more important to stick to my word than to the letter of the law, so I'll say that, yeah, it does in fact work, and he gets injured, and he goes down. However, he spends 2 threats to avoid the injury.
Oh.
you could do that?
Nice.
Yeah, in this game.
Yeah. So he's still not
Dick move,
advancing.
Gorn.
He's still not advancing on you at all. He's looking kind of back and forth between the worm and you, and as he's looking at you, you kind of get the sense that he's trying to. He's waiting for you to do something.
Right after you shot him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait.
Look at the rules.
Out of game. What?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Look at the rules.
The challenge rules. The rules I wrote in the briefing.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, Ryan, out of game, you do have I remember you have a focus of character assessment.
Oh, yeah.
So if you were trying to read what he was trying to get across, might be a good idea to use.
Yeah,
that.
that's a good point. I do have a
Just to see if he's trying to
like.
recruit you to help against the worm type thing is my
Oh.
question, or if he's just nervous about what to do.
Well, yeah, hold on. Can you tell him the tale of Gilgamesh?
Roll to tell him the tale of Gilgamesh.
Roll to tell him.
I explained to him the tale of Gilgamesh, but the lightning's too loud and the thunder's too roars, and he just looks at me like, I don't speak you.
I don't speak Gilgamesh.
All right, so Brian just gave us a clue. Let's look at the at the briefing again, the rules. So we can't beam anything down to us. It doesn't say we can't beam anything up. Let's beam the worm monster into space.
Ooh, that's interesting.
That is interesting.
Or at least beam the worm monster to some other point on the planet, so we don't have to kill the worm monster. But we can lock transporters on him and beam him somewhere else.
You know, on all honesty, actually reading the letter of this, we could also beam the Gorn captain off the planet.
Huh.
It says transporting your captain off or around the planet is prohibited. We could have done that on the first move. We transport the other Gorn captain into space. Episode over.
It's not the. So I'm going to say that transporting anything off the surface right now, because the lightning storm at this point is so intense, will be very, very, very difficult.
Okay, hey guys, with your one move, beam me down 3 pattern enhancers. And beam them directly on the worm. No.
But you can beam things down.
I mean, I would say try and figure out what the Gorn is. Because my instinct is to say that he's now trying to, like, get you to help team up, but he could also just be wondering what he should do at this point, like which enemy he should try and fight.
Well, then we had some other Gorn trying to blow us out of the sky. I don't the stars.
So focuses can only be used when you're rolling dice, correct? That's what the purpose of focus is. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
it would take a task to
get to use my focus,
Yeah.
because I also have receptivity as one of my focuses, because my focuses are just awesome.
Yeah. So yeah,
we can do a tweak session in between seasons.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Mine are stupid. Let people in.
Tara tells me I have to keep team dynamics, though.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
has to have team dynamics.
Okay, so all right, so here, but this again would take a task. So whose turn is it? What's the situation right now, Brian? Who goes?
We're supposed to beam stuff down?
We're not supposed to. We can.
Oh, I thought we were making a decision on what to beam down.
I shot the Gorn in the face with my awesome.
I shot the Gorn.
But I didn't shoot the sandworm.
With my awesome farewell line.
Yeah.
And it didn't work.
Didn't work
because the Gorn leveled up a little bit, and now that was the Gorn's task, and now it's back to me. So I have a task
yes.
to perform.
Avoiding an injury does count as a task. Yeah. But also remember that he's not closing the distance between you and him anymore.
Right. Okay. So, but we're still within melee range right now, because that's the way you established it earlier, correct?
No, I thought you had opened up some distance. Yeah.
He was outside of it. It was going to take one task to move in and then one more to attack.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Could we beam down a rake so that he could, like, sideshow Bob himself in the face?
All right. Well, let's see. So we have myself up on the precipice. We have the Gorn a little bit beneath me. Beneath the Gorn is the giant metallic worm. And I have in my hand my Rain of Fire Kukri. I've already utilized my finishing line, which is really unfortunate. And what we also have is your ability, the Tempest's ability to transport me something to help me with what's going on.
Well,
correct?
so hand-to-hand combat, you would just be SOL? Like, there's no point in, like, the actual fighting happening?
Yeah, in a straight-up one-on-one fight, I would be at a serious disadvantage. So
pretty much.
The thunderstorm is getting pretty wicked now, right, Brian?
Yep.
So the thunderstorm is going.
Yep.
The lightning storm is going crazy. We do or do not. No, we don't know whether or not the lightning would affect the metal worm. It probably would help the metal worm.
I mean, it still lived underground, so I don't know if it like survives off of lightning.
All right. So, what I want to, can you beam me the metal rod, and can we do some science onto it to make it even more lightning roddy, to like really, like give it like a super negative charge so that it will attract the lightning almost definitely, as opposed to just like coincidentally.
Sure, we can flood it with some ionized particles.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. And
yeah.
just make sure you also reverse the polarity, right?
No, on this one we want the regular polarity.
Oh, all right. So reverse the reverse polarity that it just.
I'll reverse it twice.
Reverse it twice.
All right. So
you can't not reverse it. You just have to reverse it an even number of times.
Yes.
So yeah. So I take my my kukri and I put it in my sheath, and I take my communicator in my hand and I yell out to the Tempest, "It's now or never! Energize!" And I hold out my other hand straight out, towards the sky, as if I'm summoning something from the heavens.
Okay.
You know that this Gorn does like fly on a starship. It's not going to think you're magic, Captain.
Okay, so it's going to beam into your hands, and then you yourself are going to be a giant lightning rod for a second.
Just for a second. So does this happen?
So what I do is Holden gets the captain's signal, and I quickly take the lightning rod that has a javelin-tipped end on the bottom, which has been flooded with double reverse polarity ions, and now it is super conductive and attracts lightning. And I beam it down into
my extended hand, which is being illuminated by the light because it's dark right now because the clouds are so thick it's mostly dark, and the only thing you can see is flashes of my flexing bicep in the pouring rain.
Yep.
So it's glistening muscle as I'm reaching up towards the sky.
What's your fitness,
and all
Captain?
of a sudden it's like a 6. No, it's a 9. And you can be ripped and be terribly uncoordinated. That's a fact. And so the javelin tipped lightning rod materializes in my hand, and then I say again, perhaps today is a good day to fry, and I leap.
Okay.
Full on Rain of Fire style. Are you leaping at the worm?
I am. I'm leaping off of the
epic
precipice.
slow motion.
Why would you leap? Why would you not just throw it?
I slowly... because my tagline. So I slowly, like in slow motion, I grab the lightning rod with my second hand, and I bring it down with a forward thrust right towards the metal worm.
And it eats you.
Okay.
End of series.
So what? So what am I
gonna? I can just let that happen. That doesn't need to be a task, right?
Sure. Yeah. It's just gravity.
Totally fine.
Yeah. So that's gonna be a daring and security.
Daring and security. Oh Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm gonna apply my focus of composure again.
Yes.
I mean, it's got to be a difficulty 5, right? Like, you're diving at the thing, at this giant worm with this javelin thing. I think it has to be a difficulty 5.
I don't think it's gonna be difficulty 5 because all I got to do is make sure that the javelin hits first, and then I'm going to bounce off of the worm. So,
I mean, is the worm a small target?
No, the worm's huge, right?
Yeah. It's a huge worm. It's a huge animal. But you're leaping across the... Like, how much is Maddox's vertical jump ability in any given day?
All right. So get me. So maybe I have this pictured wrong. So I have like on like a vertical precipice. It's me. Beneath me is the Gorn, and directly beneath the Gorn is a giant worm. And so all I got to do is jump like 3 feet
he thinks
laterally, but down.
He's falling on the worm, basically.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just falling on the worm.
You're more diving than you are leaping.
Correct. Yeah, I'm just letting go of the precipice, pushing off a little bit, and dramatically impaling the lightning worm, or the soon-to-be lightning worm, I hope, with my javelin.
Okay. It's still got to be difficult, though, guys. Like, that's a crazy... It's crazy awesome, for sure, but you can't have crazy awesome without difficulty of some kind.
Yeah, no.
All right.
I hate to say this, but I'm with Brian on this one.
Yeah, no.
It's got to be hard.
Okay.
Yeah, it also won't be satisfying if it's not hard.
I think he took the plot armor to real hard.
Yeah, that's true. I really did, didn't I?
Yeah. Remember, you can also fail at a cost is also a possibility. So that means that even if you roll, you still succeed at the task, but it adds some threats. You give me threat in the process.
Oh, well, let's do that.
Okay. It's got to be difficulty 4, at least. And I feel like even that is a gift to you guys.
All right, difficulty 4, and what was the...
daring, because it's absolutely daring. And security. It has to be security.
Dear God. Okay. What's and how many momentum do we have available to us?
4.
No.
So
is it down to 4?
Yeah.
So if I spend all of them, all I can get is 3, because I have to spend 5 to get 3. Is that right?
Correct. Yes.
Can I give you 2 threat or 3 threat so that I can roll 5 dice?
Yeah, if you want.
I don't see why not at this point.
You're also using a focus, yeah?
I am using a focus of composure.
It's difficulty 4. Oof. It's rough. You make your call.
What are you looking for help with?
I need to get 4 out of 5 successes on this dice roll, and my daring is a 7, and my security is a 2.
So you would have to give him 2 threat to max out the number of dice.
Yeah.
Correct.
So you do 2 threat. You're also going to use your focus of composure. Yeah, I mean, I would rather you not die. So sure. So okay. So yeah, I mean, you do what you're going to do. It sounds like that's our plan. So.
Okay. Oh, God. I'm going to regret this. Okay. Fortune and glory, kids. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Push this button.
Oh!
Look at all those!
2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Tell you what, in retconning, you can make it a difficulty 5.
Ryan, so this is a note for ourselves. We're going to re-record, so that was a difficulty 5, and I'm not giving you the point of momentum.
That's fair.
That you have otherwise.
That is fair.
Okay, but you still succeed.
Oh my God, like, my heart is like pounding, literally.
Oh my goodness.
So
all that happened, and I did say a second time, perhaps today is a good day to fry.
You yelled it while you were flying through the air.
Okay, yeah, so you do that. You make this incredible leap/dive with the lance pointed downward. You get just really lucky in the sense that the thing opens its mouth just at the right time in the right place, and you essentially ram the lance down its throat into its body through down into the length of its body. Because it's a javelin, there is bend to it, so it sort of bends in a javelin-like way and sends you flying off to the side. So you're now back on sea level. You're not on the promontory anymore. The lance has impaled the worm. It goes down. It's not necessarily dead yet, or you don't know if it's dead yet or not. But it's definitely fucked up. I don't know how to say it.
Real quick, everybody, let's cheer. Let's cheer for Captain Maddox.
Yay!
Now you have that to add for when you get 5 successes on your roll. Because we argued for a while, which killed all the energy, but it was incredible that you rolled 5 successes on that shit.
Yeah.
Really, that's a good point.
That deserves the hurrah.
Yes.
If you can roll, wait, so you're out of momentum. Sorry, I still had you as 4. Roll a control and security task. Difficulty 2. If you succeed at it, you will not suffer any injury points. If you do, you will suffer 2 injury points.
Difficulty 2?
Yeah.
Boom.
Good God.
2 successes.
Okay, there you go. So you actually managed to do a tuck and roll and land.
Grandma.
And then you come up into that superhero pose where you're down on your knees, but you're also supporting yourself by your fists, kind of a thing.
In nothing but combat boots and underwear, mind you.
This is the same captain that couldn't walk through a hallway and walked into a wall earlier in this mission.
The Gorn just watched this whole thing. You literally sailed over him in the process of doing this. And if you've ever seen a Gorn, their mouths are never truly fully closed because of their anatomy.
Because of their costume.
But even in this case, yeah, because of how the costume is built. But even in this case, you can tell that the Gorn's jaw dropped in watching that spectacle happen.
Man, it was like watching a Michael Bay movie.
Yeah. So at that point,
full Bayism on this episode.
Yeah. So the Gorn just stares agape at that for a few moments. The worm is still moving, so it's not completely dead, but it's very limited in its movement and it's very injured. The Gorn kind of looks back and forth between the two of you, the worm and you, for a moment. And then he taps his communicator on his arm and says something that you can't hear because of the noise and interference.
It translates.
And in a moment,
it actually translates to he's so tough.
he is.
He's pretty tough. He's pretty tough. Actually, seems pretty tough.
Holy shit, this guy, you ever seen Mickey?
That guy's tough.
And then a moment later, a Gorn disruptor rifle materializes at your feet. And then he looks at you with that same look that he had before. So now you have a Gorn disruptor rifle at your feet.
Okay.
Shoot her!
You take it and fire at the Gorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's... First of all, we wouldn't have sent you a weapon.
Yeah, I mean, he just broke the rules, so...
Second of all...
No.
Yeah, this all feels like a big, weird setup. Like they want you to kill this particular Gorn.
So I pick up the weapon, and I
mean, the worm is still there and alive, right?
I throw... Yeah, so I think the worm's going to get it by the lightning here momentarily. I'm not too worried about the worm, so I just take the disruptor rifle and I throw it to the Gorn.
To the Gorn?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Should you
Might
do
not
that?
be the best move.
Dude, if
Maybe throw it in the
if he
cave.
shoots me, I'm still happy, because that was awesome earlier. I'm riding on a high right now. No, but one of my... so I just have a feeling that this is the way to go. So let's just say that.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, he picks up the rifle, he levels it, and it sort of seems like it's at you. And then, after a moment, he turns and points to the still wriggling worm, and does a ranged task. And I'm going to spend a threat to...
And it backfires and kills him.
Nice.
And, yeah, he succeeds. So he shoots the injured worm creature, essentially putting it out of its misery, and then he throws the rifle down.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I look at him, I nod, and I tear off my underwear.
Jesus.
Why on earth? No!
It's just me in combat boots in the pouring lightning storm right now.
Yeah, you realize there's still a lightning storm going on in here.
Oh, God.
Don't worry, I'm not taking off my boots. They're rubber soled.
Is this where we find out they removed all 3 of your antennae?
Listen, if you don't put some pants on, I'm not going to beam you back.
And that's
Commander, I'm detecting a weapon in materialization.
a weapon in discharge. And that's the end of, the Gorn doesn't make any other moves, takes any other actions. You guys finds shelter for the next, maybe an hour or so as the storm passes over you, and the storm does. It clears. All the electrical interference clears, and that's all that is left to do. The Gorn beams back up to his battleship.
Gorn stabs you in the back with his knife.
Yeah. The Gorn dematerializes and returns to his ship, and you're all alone, completely naked, on an uninhabited planet.
I have boots on.
Yeah, wearing nothing but your army
You're just
boots.
going full Captain Malcolm Reynolds on it.
And my kukri.
Yeah. So what is your kukri attached to at this point?
Still got a belt.
My boots? I don't know. Yeah. No. I like Holden's answer. I still have my belt on.
Okay.
A belt with a kukri and some boots on.
And
I hope people are doing fan art for
No,
the show.
let's
I hope they're not.
I was
hope
hoping they
people
would
are not-
until this moment.
Until
And
this.
now my hope has changed.
See, Logan
Oh,
is not
boy.
happy about the fan art either.
Before we beam him back,
Yeah.
can I just turn to the helmsman and say set course to Starbase 47, maximum warp? Now?
Before we beam it back.
All right, so what do I roll?
You can do whatever you want.
What do I roll to beam down him a new set of clothes?
I will absolutely let you do that without a roll.
It's a
Okay.
free roll.
Absolutely. Wholeheartedly concur.
All right, we'll do that then.
But it's one of the it's one of the prototype costume or uniforms that they're starting to develop and they're starting to test, and it's the first of the season 1 next gen male dress uniforms.
Oh, the scants.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you were gonna say it's assless chaps. So.
See, I was gonna say it's a crop top. So, multiple options.
It's a combination of both.
It's all of those things.
That's what we said.
Yeah, it's the scant with a set of ashless chaps,
crop top.
and it's a crop top. It's got a cut.
So it's just a band of Starfleet material around mostly midsection.
Yeah, it's basically like a '90s movie cheerleader outfit. Really.
But you know what? I am confident.
You earned it. Yeah, you earned it.
But you pull it off.
Yeah,
All right, and that's it.
No, hold on. So both of the captains beam back.
Yeah.
So once they beam back, we hail the Gorn.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
and what
we have to handle the denouement.
what the F?
Yeah, what was it? The little ship.
I'm beamed back up to the Tempest. I make my way up to the bridge. I give hugs and pats to all of the crew members that are present.
Holden gives him a hearty handshake and then tells him, "We've got the Gorn ship on main viewer."
All right, and I put it on screen, and it already is. And so Pricker and I are standing side by side. I have my hands on my hips, and but I'm still wearing my Starfleet cheerleading outfit with my combat boots and my kukri.
God.
And everything else just flapping in the wind.
Commander Solaris, I want to congratulate you on a fantastic ritual, and I just have one question. Well, what was going on with that raiding ship?
Our apologies. Rogue Gorn, some wish for strife between hegemony and federation. Not official position, but sometimes it happens. Your crew handled it well, however. Give them my compliments.
We can hear you.
Well, you can always count on my crew to give you the shirt off their back.
Even Logan didn't like that.
End credits.
And then we go to credits. Thank you for listening to the conclusion of our first season's penultimate mission, Captain in the Arena. A special thank you goes out to Matt Muller for helping fill out the crew as Captain Jemmer Prycor, while Commander Goodspeed was out on leave. However, something tells me we haven't seen the last of Matt just yet. Join us next time as we begin the final mission of our first season with Part 1 of Primum Non Nocere, where the crew of the starship Tempest receive sudden and cryptic changes to their orders in what should be an errand of mercy. Until then, we thank you as always, and please, reach out to us on social media. You can find us under the hashtag and/or handle Starship Tempest. The only thing we enjoy more than making the show is hearing from those who appreciate it. Like any podcast, a lot goes into it, and if you're interested and able to help keep the Tempest flying, please consider becoming a Patreon donor. Visit our page at patreon.com/Starship Tempest for details. You can become an honorary member of the crew for as little as $1 a month. So thank you again, and always, stay safe, be kind, and we'll see you out there.